Hello and welcome back to X-Plane 11. Thank you very much for joining me in this video. First of all, I have to apologise for this video not being out earlier. I tried to record this video and something happened with my audio, and as a matter of fact, if you are subscribed to my channel, you'll note that there have been very few videos over the past few days, and that was primarily down to an audio problem that I think I have got resolved now. So if you're seeing this video, obviously it has been resolved. So anyway, we are back in X-Plane 11, and today this is going to be the first of a couple of parts where we are going to be taking a look at ORBX's TrueEarth Great Britain North. So this is the final part of the 3-pack for Great Britain with the TrueEarth series, covering everything all the way down from the tip of Cornwall all the way up, with this one in the north, which is going to be going over to the Shetland Islands. So in this video we're going to be taking off from Edinburgh, and we're going to be looking around Edinburgh, and we're probably going to fly over towards Dundee and have a look around that area. Let's get those flaps down, and we're going to be using the Just Flight Piper PA, oh gosh, I've forgotten this already, the PA-28 Arrow 3. And funnily enough, I actually saw this particular aircraft in this livery, so this actual aircraft I saw the other day flying around, which was interesting to see. But anyway, once we get in the air and I've got the autopilot kicked in and things like that, we're going to be flying over Edinburgh, do a couple of loops over Edinburgh, have a look around. Then we're going to fly over towards Dundee, and I'll be talking about obviously what we see, and I'll be talking about the price of this product and what it covers and how much we've actually got available. So let's get started. Right, complete VFR flying today, so let's get that fuel pump kicked in. Let's get the pitot heat on, though we shouldn't need it today. It should be pretty good. Let's get that on runway heading just in case, and let's get going. Make sure that's actually lined up. It is. Now I've got the active sky running once again. Now last time we had active sky, it was interesting because the turbulence went very, very odd. Now I don't know whether it's going to be the same today, but we are going to find out. It's not. Concentrate. Gear up. Very nice. So we've taken off from runway 6. The weather is pretty nice, and we've got a light breeze from around 050 or something. Right, let's bring this power back very nicely so we can get ourselves into a stable climb of about 500 foot per minute, and we're going to fly directly towards Edinburgh. Let's get this trim going. Come on. Now obviously in an area like this, because of the hills, it is going to be, we are going to be experiencing some updrafts and things like that, but we should be able to manage quite nicely. As we fly over Edinburgh a couple of times. There we go. And a good position here. Oops. Little bit of movement. Here we go, turning in towards Edinburgh. Let's get that turn coordinated nicely. As you can see, there is a little bit of wind, but we are okay. So I've been playing around with the active sky settings just a little bit to try and get this going correctly, and I think I've started getting the hang of it. Right, let's set that up like that, switch on that. That's going to give us a nice heading hold, and we fly. Right. Perfect. I think we're fairly good here. Okay, let's start having a look around, although we've just been hit by... I think we've just been hit by a downdraft. You just saw that nose just dip. I think we just got hit by one of those downdrafts. It's absolutely fine. You've got to be careful of something like that in a light aircraft. But welcome to the north of England. Welcome to Edinburgh. Now, for this particular set of videos, I have put the roads back in. Before, on the other two sets, we weren't looking at the roads as they are right now. We had them sort of just ortho scenery. I've put the roads back in just to give a bit of a comparison. Now, the only downside on those roads is that they are still American roads. Some of the main roads are still rather American. Right. I think let's settle in at this altitude using the cheat system there. Let's do that, and let's bring our power back to about 2100 RPM very nicely. That's pretty good. And we'll just have a look around. So welcome to Edinburgh. I'll talk about the price and everything as we start travelling in that direction. So let's see all the things that we can possibly see in Edinburgh and see if we can recognise any or all of it. Now, some of these roads I recognise from the last time. That's Hollywood Park. Very, very nice park to be flying in. We'll sort of loop around and then we'll come back in a little while. Right now we've just flown straight over it, but as I said, we will come back. So we've got the park and everything. I think that is Hollywood Park, right? Yeah, sort of. I'm pretty sure that is. Sometimes I have to try and I do wonder if I've got these right. Okay, so over here we've got a beach over here. This is the Portobello Beach down this side. So the beach is actually one of the things that ORBX scenery does. It does fantastic water masking, and as you can see there, that does have a very smooth blend in, and it's actually very realistic, that is. And then we've got another golf club there. Don't know the name of that golf club, but there is another golf club right over there. Where's St Andrews? There's a St Andrews Golf Club. Isn't that somewhere nearby? I think what we'll do is we'll go over towards St Andrews Golf Club and then we'll go to Dundee. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Once we've flown over Edinburgh, I think I can work out my way to St Andrews. Right, so we're out towards the edge of Edinburgh anyway, so we've gone past, or just over Portobello Beach. So what I'm going to do, we're going to turn in over this railway yard, so let's get ourselves turned in. And again, using the autopilot simply so that I can show you guys. I can show you guys everything here and not have to worry so much about speed, and, well, I do have to still worry about speed. Obviously the throttle's all in my hands. But not worrying so much about sort of heading and altitude, and I can just have a really good look. So heading south now, we're going to see if we can find anything that's around here. Now I think there should be a castle somewhere nearby. One of many castles, but a castle should be somewhere nearby. I wonder if Avitab works right now. It's been playing up lately, so now I'm still playing up, and I just don't know why. I'm going to have to fix that. Looking around this, I think the castle should be in this direction, one of them. Not Edinburgh Castle, obviously, but another one of the various castles. Over this side, another golf course somewhere around this area, I believe. I drove past that once. Just over there, I think. Anyway, let's turn in towards Edinburgh. Let's see if we can go due east and see what we can find. I said due east, what I actually mean is due west. Right. So let's see. Again, there's going to be loads of golf courses and things like that. So there's Edinburgh out on that side. As a matter of fact, should we turn further? Let's turn onto a heading of 300. Let's do that. And let's see exactly what we can possibly find. So I believe this is the A7 junction, and that's the Edinburgh bypass right there. I think. I'm not entirely sure. But if I've got that correct, then that's some sort of shopping centre. I think that's some sort of shopping centre on one side of Holyrood Park. Actually, that might not be the shopping centre. If that's closer to Holyrood Park, it might not be. That seems fairly close to Holyrood Park, although there's that there. That's another golf course. I've seen that. Unfortunately, the roads here look a bit odd. That's something that they could perhaps work on at some point. There should be... Let's have a look. Unfortunately, I don't know Edinburgh that well, so I haven't spotted the castle at this point in time. But as I said, I might be looking in the wrong place. I know that I'm looking for a few things, certain things, but I cannot find them per se. It's very difficult for me to be able to find a number of things in Edinburgh. So there is that, but I am going to keep trying and working things out. So obviously I know the park. That there is the castle, which is fairly accurately represented actually. Unfortunately the road, again, that road's a bit awkward. But that there is the castle. Out of the castle, so sort of once you've come down off the castle, there's sort of this area here. So this whole area here. And this is, I think, a number of political buildings somewhere around here, if I remember correctly. I'm not entirely sure. Obviously, one of the football stadiums, you did see one of the football stadiums out there. There's the football stadiums. Don't know the name of the team. You're not going to get much names of the team from me there. We've got a train station, the main train station in Edinburgh. Let's move over to this side, see what we can see. So we should have the main train station of Edinburgh somewhere here as well. That's Waverley, Edinburgh Waverley Station. Ah, there we go. This is that's where Waverley Station comes in. So you've got Waverley Station there, which, interestingly enough, we've got the tunnels and everything, but I can't sort of see. There it is. That's why I can't see it. It's right there. We're about to fly straight over it. I tell you what, let's bring that down. Let's go outside. Let's have a look. There we go. That's Waverley. Now it's not perfectly represented, but it's all right. It's all right. Well, is that Waverley? Hold on. That doesn't look like Waverley actually. That looks more like I'm getting really confused here. There's the castle. Waverley should be next to the castle, so what station's that? Let's double back once again let's go back into Edinburgh all the way around. So I think that's important to have a look. As you can see, this isn't where I'm from. So it's very difficult for me to know. I've only been to Edinburgh once in my life, and I believe I stayed just there, right off the train line. I think that somewhere there I was actually staying. Wonderful place though, I will admit that. Definitely a wonderful place. But to try and get an understanding of where everything is a little bit difficult. I think this is one of the retail parks. Should be some art galleries and stuff going in there. I'm going to see if I can find a map. I'm just going to bring up some maps and see if I can figure out where the art galleries and everything are. But you can see that it really does look quite spectacular. It really does look very accurate as well. Obviously, you've got all the accuracy with the castle, the parks, the football stadiums, the docks as well. You've got the docks. I think there's probably a little bit more I can point out about the docks. The terminals, there's one of the ferry terminals, I think. Now, this part, I think these are all special apartments or something, because I remember being out on an island, out there, I don't know whether it was that island, and looking out and seeing these apartments many years ago. And I think those are like upper class apartments of some sort, as far as I know. And I think this is called the Albert Dock, I think. If I remember correctly, I think that's what it's called. But yeah, a very, very nice place, very accurate as well. A lot of this is bang on as you would expect, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want. So once we've had a look around Edinburgh, now that we have, obviously not the greatest of looks, given that I was a little bit lost. And we've got some purifiers here, it seems, right over here. But we are going to go in towards St Andrews now. If I remember from Edinburgh, how do I get to St Andrews? My best bet is going to be, if I get inside, my best bet is going to be flying. Let's start heading about 050. Let's see if we can figure our way out to St Andrews. So we'll leave Edinburgh behind right now. I'm sure many people will know places in Edinburgh far better than I do. What we're going to do is we're going to crank up the speed just a little bit, like that. We actually shouldn't have the fuel pump on now, so we'll crank up the speed. We're going to see how quickly we can get over towards St Andrews. Now we've got the right. How am I going to do this? Let's head 030. I think 030 is going to be our best bet. Again, if we look back, actually, one of the things that I did forget to point out, so we've got 3 bridges in Edinburgh. The new bridge, which wasn't there when I visited, and the 2 old bridges over the Firth of Forth. That's the railway bridge built by Edinburgh Kingdom Brunel, and then we've got the road bridge that was opened many years after that. And then we've got this new bridge that was opened in, what, 2015 maybe? I don't know. I don't actually know when that new bridge was opened. But I think that's a much faster bridge. But I've driven across that bridge, sort of been between the 2 bridges and taken a photo across, which is really nice to see. But yes, leaving Edinburgh behind us, as you can see if we're looking behind, you can still see the castle and things like that. It looks lovely. You've got all of that also accurately put in. But anyway, whilst we are travelling, so whilst we're going about our travels, let's talk about this product in itself. So, of course, it's ORBX's TrueEarth Great Britain North. Now, it's available for £30, which is 54 Australian dollars, and I'm sure you can convert it to your own currencies, but it is available for £30. It covers over 40,000 square miles of land with hand-corrected imagery, and that is the entire North region. Now, particular note there, they've got obviously the areas like Edinburgh. We're going to be visiting Glasgow at some point, and they've also recreated places like the Scottish Highlands, the Lochs, which we'll be visiting, the Outer Hebrides, and the Shetland Islands, which we're definitely going to be visiting. The Shetland Islands. There are many castles in there, ancient bridges, monuments, and ruins. Now, this is something that's really important, because ruins and all of that do appear in Scotland a lot more than you would get in England. I just think because of the mountainous region, I think they just tend to be more visible. or at least more special when you stumble across them. We do have them in England, of course. I don't live that far from a number of ruins, but still, and I don't live that far from a number of castles as well. We have castles everywhere. Also included in this is the Isle of Man, with 50 custom 3D models, and there is going to be an airport from ORBX later in the year, and they're going to be adding more to the Isle of Man, I believe. So with that, with the entire kit, which is about £90, you get all of Britain in photoreal quality, good frames. I've not had a complaint about frames. They really are very, very good. And it's just highly enjoyable to be able to fly over Britain and go, I recognise that place, I recognise that place, I know that road, I know that road. It's really, really good. So, looking at the key features from the website, we have, I've already told you how much, what it covers, the amount of land, but we've got the Autogen, again, just like the other TrueEarth packages. We've got the Autogen that is developed just for X-Plane 11. Well over 1.4 million buildings, all at the correct height and location. They've got millions of trees in accurately placed forests. They've got the historical buildings, such as we said, castles. Also, they've got bridges, stately homes, stuff like that. We've got VFR landmarks like mobile phone masts or telephone masts. We've got wind farms, churches, power lines, lighthouses, and the like. There are over 400 3D custom place of interest models. Then they've got the custom model landmarks and hand-placed ones. So what it is that instead of letting the Autogen do it, they've gone, no, this particular landmark goes there, this particular landmark goes there, and that's throughout the whole scenery. For example, I'm assuming Edinburgh Castle was one of them. They have a 30-meter mesh, so you get some really good detail in the natural features. The downside of that, of course, is the roads. The roads don't seem to be flat. I wish there was a way to sort of flatten the terrain so that when a road goes on it, it checks whether the road's going lengthways or widthways, and if it's going widthways, it flattens the terrain. That would be really, really cool. Again, the watermasking, we've had a look at the watermasking, so I don't need to talk about that, but in fact we're coming up to land here, and you can see the watermasking right in front of us, so that's absolutely fantastic. St. Andrews actually should be just about here. I think I may have got this spot on. We're just about to fly over St. Andrews. Either that or I've got myself hopelessly lost. One or the other. We've got the accurate road and rail network blended into the imagery, so we've seen that. Now again, as I said, I have an issue with that, but I think that's an X-Plane limitation at the moment. I wish that could be fixed, because nothing throws you off VFR scenery than seeing a road that looks broken. Nothing throws you off that, whether it's an actual road in X-Plane or in the scenery itself with the ortho, with sort of that ortho photo placed on top of the mesh. It just makes it look broken. And the downside, unfortunately, with this is that it's summer season only. Now it does have the night lighting, the HDR night lighting, which is brilliant, but it is summer season only, and that is a downside of X-Plane full stop, because you only have the summer season. Now I hope this, at some point, this does get updated to include a winter season, but we'll have to see. Yeah, we'll just have to see how that goes. I am looking out here trying to work out where St. Andrews is going to be. I really do not know. I'm sure it's somewhere along here. I've got to follow the coast around, and it's between Edinburgh and Dundee. So it's between the Firth of Forth and the Firth of Tay, which means it should be just about in front of us. That might be it. I'm going to have a look on a map, because I'm pretty sure it's here. Right. Let's see, we've come across that. St. Andrews is apparently somewhere here. Alright, well, let's turn due north from this point and see what we can find. It is around here somewhere, I do know that. And one thing I am going to say is that, and this is just maybe a slight complaint, it looks like these photos were taken sort of a little bit later in the day because of the way the colours are. What's it going to be? That's it. St. Andrews. Perfect. Spot on. So yeah, it does look a little bit more sort of warm in colour. Just some of these, like for example, these look a little bit more orange than I would have maybe expected them to. It doesn't look bad, it just looks slightly different. So what, we've got the town of St. Andrews. So there's the town of St. Andrews, and then that shall be the golf course. Yep, that makes sense. Okay, fantastic. And then from there we'll swing in. So we'll swing in from there across towards Dundee, which is in that way, if I remember correctly. Going nice and fast. We're really hauling at the moment at about 129 knots indicated. Don't know what our true airspeed is at the moment. We don't have that actually set up. Check our true airspeed. Hold on, true airspeed should be on here. There we go. Ground speed. Oh well, we've got ground speed 131 knots, 129 indicated. It's a fairly nice day. True airspeed we haven't changed it out for pressure. I haven't changed anything for pressure actually. We're pretty good on the pressure. Alright, what we're going to do is I'm going to fly past it sort of on this heading. That way we can look out the window and actually see it. Yeah, let's do that. That will probably be a lot better overall. And I don't know why I've got this, why I've got that line. I don't recall ever creating a flight path coming in. It's just sort of giving me a centre line for the runway at, it's giving me a centre line for runway 24 at Edinburgh, but I don't know why. Alright, let's have a look. Welcome to St. Andrews Golf Course. Interesting. It doesn't look... Okay, I'm going to say that doesn't look brilliant. Mind you, then again, I suppose I am a little bit low for this. Ideally, we're supposed to be, I'd probably say 2,000 feet or above is what we should be looking at this, not 1,000 feet. It doesn't look bad. I mean, looking at that, none of this looks bad. That's a really complicated junction, isn't it? The houses all look good on the hills correctly. All fairly accurate, and, well, I suppose as we've got closer to it, it looks a bit better. No, it does look better now. Maybe I was just zoomed in way too much, but welcome to St. Andrews. So for anybody who likes golf, ta-da. Where are the bunkers? Oh wait, I see them. Lots of them. It's just when you're sort of at ground level or playing golf, you look at that and you think, oh, okay. Those things are massive. When you look at it from this level, you look at the entire golf course and you go, that's not so big after all. And then on the other side of that, we have a massive forest, it seems, and an airport. Now I might bring it back up, I might bring the aircraft in to this airport. But we have a massive forested area, it seems, which is completely accurate. That is actually accurate. And then there's Dundee out there. I might bring it, I might land at this airport. Let's swing it in this way. Yeah, that's actually very accurate. And then there's another golf course somewhere nearby in Tayport, which is on the opposite side of Dundee, which, was it? I think it's Dundee. I think the whole place is Dundee. I'm not entirely sure, because as you go out of the city, obviously you get these little towns along here. I'm not sure if all of this is Dundee all the way out here, but it's certainly Dundee from about there onwards. Wait, where's the airport in Dundee? I don't know. Is there even an airport there? No, I do not think there is. Okay, well, I haven't landed an aircraft in many weeks, because when I record this, there's no point in me landing them. But let's go in this way. And let's see if I can, after flying over Dundee, let's see if I can turn it in and land at the airport in Letchers? Probably Letchers. So now we're going over the Firth of Tay, or the River Tay, and we should see this massive railway bridge right there. That's the Tay Bridge, railway bridge, end of the East Coast Main Line. And there was a disaster many years ago, in which the bridge collapsed and a train went into the Firth. So yeah, that bridge has a very slow speed limit on it, and it was called the Tay Bridge disaster because obviously it's over the Tay and that's the bridge. But again, very accurately represented. Everything looks spot on, everything looks exactly as you would expect. I've never actually been to Dundee, but I'm looking at maps right now to sort of give me a better idea, so I can tell you guys whether things look wrong. And at the moment, they do not. I'm even doing a double check just to see whether those wind farms are supposed to be there. Yes they are. Fantastic. So those are supposed to be there, as far as I can tell anyway. So there we go, and they're spinning because obviously the wind is blowing. I think we've seen them not spinning before. Good frames as well, even though they're spinning, you still manage to get very good frames, which I'm happy about. There's Dundee Station, and I think that's one of the big things about the ORBX scenery. The frames, or the frame rate, is still fantastic. The whole way through, the frame rate is still fantastic, and I'm really impressed with that. Alright, let's get this aircraft landed maybe, and you'll see how bad I am going to be at landing an aircraft. I will say something, obviously because of copyright and all that kind of thing. This is the road bridge, by the way. This is the Tay road bridge. But because of copyright and licensing issues and whatnot, what you don't get is sort of branded, that much in the way of branded products. Obviously we saw the BT Tower in Birmingham, but you're not going to get, for example, you're not going to look down and go, oh look, I see a Starbucks, or I see a McDonald's, or you know, things like that. Unfortunately, that's not going to be visible. I wish it could be someday. I really do wish it could be, but at the moment it doesn't seem like that's going to be possible. Right, let's see if I can get this aircraft down. Okay, so our first part is over, which is great. Let's get this aircraft into a landing configuration. And slow it down. So I'm just going to get over these hills, and then we're going to dip the aircraft and see if we can land it at our airport, or our chosen airfield. Slow it down very nicely. Yeah, like I said, first part over. Obviously this is now my, what, 9th video? No, this is not my 9th video, this is my 7th video on ORBX products. And, or 7th video on ORBX TrueEarth products anyway. And this is going to be the last of the review parts. Now what I am going to do is I'm planning to do a sort of a VFR series where we learn about the United Kingdom. And we're going to be using this scenery the whole way through. Alright, let's get this right. Top tip learnt from a pilot. No need to use flaps if you don't need them. Why bother? Use flaps as and when you need them. Right now I don't. Let's slow us down a little bit more though. We've still got the lift we want. Okay. This is going to be interesting. Like I said, I haven't landed an aircraft in a long time, and this is going to certainly be a very, very good one. For you guys anyway, maybe not for me. Gear. Let's see if I can find the airport. Flaps. There's the runway. Now we'll go for another stage of flaps. And let's see if I can bring this down. 3 white, 1 red. That's fine though, because I'm not even lined up properly here. So I didn't know that this airport existed until I came past it. So I'm like, oh look, there's an airport there. Would have made sense given that St Andrews is just here, so I suppose this airport would make sense. So 3 whites, 1 red. I'm not too fussed in all honesty, because this looks like a long enough runway, and this aircraft is going to be absolutely fine. What's our heading? Landing looks like runway 09. We've got a wind coming in from 05. Okay, it should be good. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video, subscribe to the channel for more videos on ORBX's or X-Plane 11 with the ORBX TrueEarth Great Britain North scenery, which is what we're going to be continuing with in the next video. Leave a comment in the comments box below, letting me know what you think. Don't forget to support me on Patreon, www.patreon.com/ecgadget. Your support would be massively appreciated. It would really help me out. Also, lovely. That's actually, oh, it's that last bit there. I don't understand what Active Sky is doing right at that end bit. That's what's caught me out since I first put Active Sky on. Don't forget to support me on Patreon, www.patreon.com/ecgadget. Your support would be massively appreciated. Would really help me out. Also, you can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/ecgadget, and you can find me on social media at ecgadgetlp for both Twitter and Instagram. Look at that, you can see that movement as I'm moving my rudder. It's very interesting. Alright, Let's go this way. Let's go straight into that. That's all from me, and I'll see you guys next time in X-Plane 11, where I'm going to try and work out what's going on with the sort of the surface and surface winds sort of blowing me about. Maybe it's just me. Maybe my controller settings are a bit weird, but that definitely threw me about a little bit more than I'd expect. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.